Imagine someone hands you an envelope. Inside is a single $5 bill. You have exactly 2 hours to make as much money as possible. What is your plan? When most people hear this challenge, they suggest the same few tactics. They'd buy a lottery ticket, try their luck in Vegas, or start a basic car wash. Tina Seelig, an educator at Stanford University, gave this exact assignment to her engineering and business students to see how they would navigate limited resources. This chart shows the baseline outcome for those who played it safe. Students who chose the car wash or lemonade stand route saw a tiny sliver of profit. They fell into a cognitive trap, letting the small amount of cash dictate their thinking. But watch what happens with the winning teams. Their return rockets to over $600, a 4,000% return on investment. The teams that generated those massive returns realized something the others missed. The $5 bill wasn't a resource. It was a distraction. The first tier of successful students ignored the $5 entirely. Instead of looking for what they could buy, they looked for what they could solve through simple observation. One group noticed the long wait times at popular restaurants on Saturday nights. They booked several tables in advance, then sold those reservations for $20 to customers who were tired of waiting in line. They even optimized the exchange. By trading the restaurant's physical pager for cash, they gave the buyers a tangible asset, making the transaction feel more secure and professional. Another team offered free bicycle tire pressure checks. Initially, they charged a flat $1 fee to use the pump, but they soon pivoted. By making the service free and asking for voluntary donations instead, their profits surged. These Tier 1 teams succeeded because they shifted their focus. They stopped staring at their limited capital and started identifying immediate frictions in their local environment. The absolute winning team took this logic even further. They decided that both the $5 and the 2-hour window were irrelevant to the true goal. They identified their most valuable asset, a 3-minute presentation slot on Monday morning in front of a classroom full of talented Stanford students. They sold that 3-minute slot to a corporate recruiter for $650. By reframing the prompt entirely, they turned a homework assignment into a high-value media buy. This wasn't a one-off fluke. In another experiment, students were given 10 paper clips and a few days to create value. One team traded the clips for a poster board and set up a stand. Their sign read, "Stanford students for sale. Buy one, get 2 free." They started with simple labor, then ended up brainstorming for a local business owner who paid them with 3 computer monitors. As venture capitalist Vinod Khosla points out, if the problem is bigger, the opportunity is bigger. No one will pay you to solve a problem that doesn't matter. If the path to these high returns seems obvious now, why do most of us default to the low-yield lemonade stand strategy when we are actually in the hot seat? The reason is institutional. Traditional education often conditions us to work inside closed systems, where we wait for a specific prompt and a set of rules to follow. This visualization shows the divide. Classroom logic is linear. It leads to a single correct answer and fears failure. But real-world logic is a web of branching pathways, where the initial prompt is just a starting point. In this environment, life is an open book test. You are not only allowed to look past the initial constraints, you are often rewarded for doing so. We often define our resources as the cash we have on hand, but these students found far more value in their environment, their audience, and the daily frictions people were already willing to pay to remove. Entrepreneurship, at its core, is the habit of seeing through these artificial constraints. It is the ability to look at a problem, any problem, and see it as an opportunity waiting for a solution.